I hope you're there, because I am here, actually. Hi, where is here? You might ask. Well, I ask myself that all the time, but right here, right now is my channel, and that's where we're at. And welcome, or welcome back. Thank you for dropping by and spending a little bit of your precious time with little old me. My name, as you can see right there, my name is Brian, and it says I'm a poet. I'm a poet sometimes. Maybe. Who knows? It's all relative anyways, just like what we're floating around in. So good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever in this floating relativity of space and time you might be on this morning, the year of our Lord in the common era of the 16th of April of 2025. At least that's what the calendar says, and we all know that's just made up anyway, so what the hell do I know? How's it going, my friends? How's it going? Let's see here what we got. Oh, how is it going, my friends? Yes, Hallie, how's it going? Good morning. And yes, Hallie just says it all right there. And then, of course, the man himself, poet extraordinaire. Oh, shit, I forgot to watch your thing last night. I fell asleep. I'll have to catch it on the replay, crew. Put the link in the chat. I am really, really freaking sorry, my friend. Oh. And we got, how's it going across the pond? Miss Irish Mark, and, of course, our crazy one, Jojo Bananas. But, yeah. Yeah, dude, put that link in there. I hope. I'm sorry I missed it. Oh, Lord. It was a long day yesterday frustrating after the show and stuff. But that's how it goes. It was a Tuesday, and I didn't even have tacos. So, yes. Please. I may have food on the brain. Now, is it overcooked rice? Oh. All right. Let's see where we are now. Okay, so what are we doing here? Like, okay. Now I don't feel so bad. But if it's still at 8, I might miss some of it because I've actually got something going on tonight in the real world. Well, which I'll get to you. All right. I'll get to that in a minute. But as our Hals here says, like and subscribe on your way in. Make sure you're subscribed because the subscriber anxiety saga keeps on going. I'm still at 423. Let's see how many times we can get to 425. Can we beat our all-time high of stuck at 411 6 times? Oh, yeah, and this one here. What we do on this channel. Hallie says it all here. We take classic and some modern poetry and use AI, specifically Suno, to put it in music. It's all fair use and all that jazz. See? Here. Oh, shit, wrong one. It's the wrong one. I even made that for it. Oh, I'm silly Brian this morning, aren't I? All right, so let's just go ahead and get on with the show. Oh, hey, Miriam. How's the Miriam doing? Oh, yeah. Uh-oh, Spicy's banana? Oh, boy. What's this day going to be in store? Well, I know what's going to be in store for the next hour or so because it's a show. I planned it, and we're going to execute it, and not that first. Wrong thing first. Again, it's been too long of a morning, and it's too early in the morning, and I've been up too long. So we share screen, share the window, and we go to this window. Of course, we have today on the show I think we're in part 4 or 5. I'll have to get back to you. Yeah, we are in part 5. Part 5 of Robert Lowell's. And if you look at the title of today's show, featuring Lowell, and what's her face? It's like that sounds like a a law firm. All right, so our first Lowell is Robert Lowell. And then our second Lowell is Longing by James Russell Lowell. I don't think they were related, but who knows? Then we have Muriel What's-Her-Face. Rukeyser. Muriel Rukeyser. With The Speaking Tree. All right, for the second half of the show, I think these are all new poets. Ella Wheeler Wilcox with Solitude. And then I thought about you when I saw this one, House. To Sappho by Sarah Teasdale. See there? It's one. There's another one. And then, rounding out the show is a returning one. The Sloth by Theodore Rothke. And if you notice, the thumbnail for this was generated from this song. I just thought it was so damn cute, I had to use it. Oh boy, it's like I said, it's too early in the morning and I've been up too long already. Of course I was up and down all night, but that's nothing unusual for me. So, what do y'all think about what we have on planned for the show today? Give you here, I'll have to put this in the right sequence. Yeah. So just sort by date. But I'll tell you, we have 1, 2, 3. Looks like 3 4-minuters. And a couple of longer. But hey, looks like a pretty good show. So here we go with part 5 of The Quaker's Graveyard in Nantucket.
When the whale's viscera go and the roll of its corruption overruns this world, beyond tree-swept Nantucket and Woods Hole, and Martha's Vineyard sailor, will your sword whistle and fall and sink into the fat in the great ash pit of Jehoshaphat. The bones cry for the blood of the white whale. The fat flukes arch and whack about its ears. The Deathlands churns into the sanctuary tears. The gun blue swingle heaving like a flail. And hacks the coiling life out, it works and drags, rips the sperm whale's midriff into rides. Gobbets of blubber spill to wind and weather. Sailor and gulls go round the stove and timbers, where the morning stars sing out together, and thunder shakes the white surf and dismembers the red flag hammered in the masthead hide. Our steel Jonas Messias in thy side.
Wow, there was a lot in that to unpack. And of course, hey stranger, how you doing, Maya? I've been, I was worried about you. I know you replied to a thing I shared on Facebook the other day, so I was like, wow, oh, she's still alive, good. Polar bears in the Arctic, above the Arctic Circle, hadn't gotten her yet. Oh, yes, a lovely start. That was lovely. Oh, and there's so much in there, so many literary and biblical allusions and stuff. Oh, my Lord. Oh, hopefully, I'm putting it, the second one will be just as good. It's 20 seconds shorter, too, so who knows?
When the whale's viscera go and the roll of its corruption overruns this world, beyond trees swept Nantucket and woods whole, and Martha's Vineyard, sailor, will your sword whistle and fall and sink into the fat in the great ash pit of Jehoshaphat. The bones cry for the blood of the white whale. The fat flukes arch and whack about its ears. The death lance churns into the sanctuary tears. The gun blue swingle heaving like a flail, and hacks the coiling life out. It works and drags and rips the sperm whale's midriff into rags. Gobbets of blubber spill to wind and weather. Sailor and gulls go round the stove and timbers, where the morning stars sing out together, and thunder shakes the white surf and dismember. The red flag hammered in the masthead high, our steel Jonas Messias in thy side.
All right. I happen to agree the first track was better, but that do thing did sound interesting. It let it stand out. Oh, I'm such a bad. I'm got. Oh, okay. The Teletubbies rabbit hole. Teletubbies always freaked me out. Oh boy. All right. I can definitely tell you that was interesting. So let's go on to the other Lowell in our little firm of Lowell and Rukeyser. James Russell Lowell, Longing, version 1.
Of all the myriad moods of mind that through the soul come thronging, Which one was e'er so dear, so kind, so beautiful as longing? The thing we long for, that we are, for one transcendent moment before the present poor and bare can make its sneering comment. Still through our paltry stir and strife glows down the wished ideal, and longing molds in clay what life carves in the marble real, to let the new life in we know. Desire must ope the portal. Perhaps the longing to be so helps make the soul immortal. Longing is God's fresh heavenward will, with our poor earthwards writhing. We quench it that we may be still content with merely living. But would we learn that heart's full scope, which we are hourly wronging? Our lives must climb from hope to hope and realize our longing. Let us hope that to our praise, good God not only reckons the moments when we tread His ways, but when the Spirit beckons beyond.
Oh, that one got cut off. Yeah, like my ex-girlfriend, huh? It cut us off. Oh boy, that was good too. This is something like that needs to be longer. And this one's only 4 stanzas long. All right, let's go here and see here. We got. Hey, Haggis Basher, how's it going? You got me inspired to actually rewatch So I Married an Axe Murderer for National Poetry Month. And a buddy of mine's never seen it, so yeah. And Fat Grammy, how's it going, Mona? And as you saw down there, she is not going live this morning. Okay, good to know that. All right, well, I want to address. Okay, let's see here. Oh yeah, so okay, so Nora is doing a what's up. I kind of figured it's with Nico Yeg because our other Nico DJ, I don't think he'd go good on Nora's channel. If you ask me. Well, there's other people that are going live. I think Miss Sunrise Dawn goes live. You know, we can go over there. or whatever. But yeah, Suno is kind of in charge, and hey, that's actually part of the appeal of what we're doing here, because it's that virtual box of chocolates. You never know what we're going to get. You've never seen So I Married an Axe Murderer, and you're a poet? Ooh, you'll love it. Ooh, you'll so freaking love it. I'm not much of a Mike Myers fan per se. He's a great comedian and everything. From what I understand, he's just an awful person, or can be an awful person. But this is one of his early solo movies. It's got Nancy Travis in it. It's got who else is in it? It takes place. Oh, I know. Amanda Plummer is in it. Yeah, it's great. It's a great movie. You need. Yeah, it's great. You can get it free on, I think, Tubi. There's two places out there you can get it free, Tubi and I think Peacock. I'm not sure. Dead Poet Society is the exact opposite of So I Married an Axe Murderer. Maybe we need to have a watch party. That movie is freaking great. Also, speaking of poetry readings, because So I Married an Axe Murderer actually starts off in a coffee house with a poetry reading. Speaking of poetry readings, yes, it's a brilliant movie. Yeah, you need to watch it. All right. I was going to say, speaking of poetry readings, tonight, what I was supposed to do 2 weeks ago, but because of the storms, they postponed it, is the Poetry Coffee House at the University of Central Arkansas. And I'm reading at it. I got 5 minutes, and to reintroduce myself, to the literary community around here and to knock their freaking socks off. Wish me luck, because that's my goal. They are going to know who the hell I am. Yep. All right. Enough jibber jabbing and crap like that. Call me determined. I'll probably freaking get up. I'll probably fuck up really bad and fall flat on my face. But hey, let's go for it.
Of all the myriad moods of mind that through the soul come thronging, which one was e'er so dear, so kind, so beautiful as longing, the thing we long for, that we are, for one transcendent moment, before the present poor and bare can make its sneering comment. Still through our paltry stir and strife glows down the wished ideal, and longing molds in clay what life carves in the marble real, to let the new life in we know. Desire must ope the portal. Perhaps the longing to be so helps make the soul immortal. Longing is God's fresh heavenward will, with our poor earthward strife
Oh, that was more than lovely. That was absolutely divine. I'm starting to mist up here. That was freaking beautiful. Definite standout track. I love it when those ballads just take you and go whack. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely lovely. Yeah, I could see Whitney Houston with that bombastic, but not in a cheesy way tone. Yeah, I've been there, done it. Oh, but at least you're doing it to good music. Hey, good afternoon, my friend. Well, I hope the tracks and the banter make your walk that much more lovely. All right, so where are we going with this one? We are going to the next one, which is, oh yes, the third in the lawyerly titles. Favorite of the channel, Muriel, what's her face, Rukeyser. Oh, I'm glad she's dead. No, I'm not glad she's dead, but nah, I'd figure someone calls me, what's his nuts? Here we go, speaking tree.
Great Alexander sailing was from his true course turned by a young wind from a cloud in Asia, moving like a most recognizable, most silvery woman. Tall Alexander to the island came. The small breeze blew behind his turning head. He walked the foam of ripples into this sea. The trunk of the speaking tree looks like a tree trunk until you look again. Then people and animals are ripening on the branches. The broad leaves are leaves. Pale horses, sharp fine foxes blossom. The red rabbit falls, ready and running. The trunk coils, turns, snakes, fishes. Now the right people fall and run. Three of them in their short dance, flames that stand where reeds are creatures and the foam is flame. Stiff Alexander stands, we cannot turn, but he is free to turn. This is the speaking tree. It calls your name. It tells us what we mean.
Yeah, today is just the day for ballads so far. So, okay, you're talking about you ran out of chocolate digestives. Oh no! All right, where were we? Here. Oh, yeah, this one. I ran out of milk, resorted to using cream. When the cream is gone, I guess Bailey's. Oh, yeah. Love the Bailey's. But I often, if I ran out of milk and got half and half, I freaking water that stuff down. It works just great. Bailey's. Oh, I amuse myself so much. You know, oh, sometimes I think I need to be in a padded room. All right, let's get. This is the last track of the first half of the show. The Speaking Tree, number 2 by Muriel. What's her face? Rukeyser.
Great Alexander sailing was from his true course turned by a young wind from a cloud in Asia, moving like a most recognizable, most silvery woman. Tall Alexander to the island came. The small breeze blew behind his turning head. He walked the foam of ripples into this scene. The trunk of the speaking tree looks like a tree trunk until you look again. Then people and animals are ripening on the branches. The broad leaves are leaves, pale horses, sharp fine foxes, blossom the red rabbit falls, ready and running. The trunk coils turn snakes, fishes. Now the right people fall and run. 3 of them in their short ends, flames that stand where reeds are creatures and the foam is flame. Stiff Alexander stands, he cannot turn, but he is free to turn. This is the speaking tree, it calls your name, it tells us what we mean. The trunk of the speaking tree looks like a tree trunk until you look again. Then people and animals are ripening on the branches. The broad leaves are leaves, pale horses, sharp fine foxes, blossom the red rabbit falls, ready and running. The trunk coils turn snakes, fishes. Now the right people fall and run. 3 of them in their short ends, flames that stand where reeds are creatures and the foam is flame. Stiff Alexander stands, he cannot turn, but he is free to turn. This is the speaking tree, it calls your name, it tells us what we mean.
Oh, I just love it. Oh, let's see what the chat's saying about these. All right, so Joe Bananas for number 2. And we got Maya for number 2, but Pizza's not having it. Remember, our bar for suckiness is pretty freaking, low here. It's got to suck really hard to suck. Our bar is really low on this show. So I liked both of them. But what I liked about the second one is it actually was a little, not sedate like this whole show has been so far. Oh, yes, I know that show, Lost Girl. My ex-wife was into all that stuff. And, all right, you've been lurking while driving. As long as you're listening, be safe driving, It's not worth it. All right, so we got, that's what I like about this. Yes, it has been a while for Armina. I'm glad she's back. 2 for you and a side of chips. All right, so what a way to end the first part of the show. Yes, with a great debate. I love it, love it, love it. Now, I need to remind you at this point in time and space and wherever the heck else you want to call it, everything we do on this show is under fair use and in the public domain for the most part. And please, on your way in, way out, or way whatever, like and subscribe and all that jazzy jazzes. All right, so the good thing about having 2 tracks that both people like and don't like is I can spread them out. Oh, by the way, I got an email from Suno the other day. I have produced like over 1,000 tracks. Oh. All right. What do we got coming up next? This is Ella Wheeler Wilcox, Solitude.
Laugh and the world laughs with you. Weep and you weep alone. For the sad old earth must borrow its mirth, but has trouble enough of its own. Sing and the hills will answer. Sigh, it is lost on the air. The echoes bound to a joyful sound, but shrink from voicing care. Rejoice and men will seek you. Grieve and they turn and go. They want full measure of all your pleasure, but they do not need your woe. Be glad and your friends are many. Be sad and you lose them all. There are none to decline your nectared wine, but alone you must drink life's gall.
Feast and your halls are crowded. Fast and the world goes by. Succeed and give and it helps you live, but no man can help you die. There is room in the halls of pleasure for a large and lordly train, but one by one we must all file on through the narrow aisles of pain.
Rejoice and men will seek you. Grieve and they turn and go. They want full measure of all your pleasure, but they do not need your woe. Be glad and your friends are many. Be sad and you lose them all. There are none to decline your nectared wine, but alone you must drink life's gall. Rejoice and clan will seek you. Grieve and they turn and go. They want full measure of all your pleasure,
Oh my Lord. Screw you, Suno. Oh. Oh Lord. Like I said, Suno's acting like my ex-girlfriend sometimes. Oh boy, but that was fucking awesome. Oh Lord. Yeah, here. It was first thing I thought was Monty Python. That intro. This is from yes, definitely Dance Like No One's Watching. But where's this one? Oh, Haggis, you got it right. Sounds like the theme tune played as you walk into a gay bar by a choir of gay men dressed in rainbow outfits. Oh, yeah. That was freaking... Oh. Oh, Lord, that was friggin' awesome. We just needed 10 more seconds. Oh. Never had to say anything like that to my ex, though. All right. I don't blame you. Suno has a mind of its own. Yeah, that does deserve a proper ending. I'll try to fix it. All right, let's see. Okay, I will tell you this one. This one is a lot faster. This one is only 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So let's see what happens.
Laugh and the world laughs with you. Weep and you weep alone. For the sad old earth must borrow its mirth, but has trouble enough of its own. Sing and the hills will answer. Sigh, it is lost on the air. The echoes bound to a joyful sound, but shrink from voicing care. Rejoice and men will seek you. Grieve and they turn and go. They want full measure of all your pleasure, but they do not need your woe. Be glad and your friends are many. Be sad and you lose them all. There are none to decline your nectared wine, but alone you must drink life's gall. Feast and your halls are crowded. Fast and the world goes by. Succeed and give and it helps you live, but no man can help you die. There is room in the halls of pleasure for a large and lordly train, but one by one we must all file on through the narrow aisles of pain, through the narrow aisles of pain.
All right. I will agree, one was better. It stood out. But look, isn't it incredible? Just the same words. Ask yourself this: if you'd heard the second one first, because I liked both of them. Again, when we got two tracks that are cool, I can just spread them out. Unlimited content. Oh boy. Yes, it is so true, so true. I liked both of them quite equally. Number one needed that 15 more seconds, but at least number 2, we came to a satisfying conclusion, which was usually what happened with me and my exes. Until she cut me off. All right, House, I hope you're still watching, because this one is for you. To Sappho, number 1 by Sarah Teasdale. Here we go.
Impassioned singer of the happy time when all the world was waking into morn, and dew still glistened on the tangled thorn, and lingered on the branches of the lime. O peerless singer of the golden rhyme, happy wert thou to live ere doubt was born. Before the joy of life was half outworn, and nymphs and satyrs vanished from your clime. Then maidens bearing parsley in their hands wound through the groves to where the goddess stands, and mariners might sail for unknown lands, past sea clasped islands veiled in mystery. And Venus still was shining from the sea, and Ceres had not lost Persephone.
Well, that was interesting. All right, I'm pretty sure we'll see you over there. But if you're still here, you can put your link in the chat. So, Suno, actually, it depends. Honestly, like most things, it depends, I guess. What I do with it is pretty easy, because I just, for the most part, let it do what it wants to do. That's the beauty of what we're doing here. It's the randomness, the unknown. It's variety within structure, which is what I always have longed for. You know, I don't like it when shit gets boring. You know, if it gets boring and doesn't engage, I'm squirrel, ooh, with the butterflies, stuff like that. So recommend checking it out. Other people use it. Actually, JoJo Bananas is probably one of the better ones out there right now. Pizza uses it and stuff. And like I said, or you can talk to Misha, which by the way, this weekend, speaking of Misha from the village, and you know, Awakened by the Looking Glass, the village is doing a Easter weekend 48-hour thingy, and I'm going to be on at 5 o'clock in the morning doing whatever on Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, here we'll be there after this is done. We're going to wrap up probably in the next 20 minutes. So yes, so this weekend, I'll remind you again, 5 o'clock in the morning Central Standard Time, which means 6 and then noon and then noon. So we're doing that village thingy this weekend, and I'm looking forward to it. I'll probably just be playing random tracks and reading random poetry. And since it's Easter, we might do some Easter stuff too. All right. Now, what do you think of that? First one was interesting. So we're at the second part, or second one of To Sappho by Sarah Teasdale. Here we go.
Impassioned singer of the happy time when all the world was waking into morn, and you still glistened on the tangled thorn and lingered on the branches of the lime. Oh, peerless singer of the golden rhyme, happy wert thou to live ere doubt was born, before the joy of life was half outworn, and nymphs and satyrs vanished from your clime. Then maidens bearing parsley in their hands wound through the groves to where the goddess stands, and mariners might sail for unknown lands, past sea-clasped islands veiled in mystery, and Venus still was shining from the sea, and Ceres had not lost Persephone. Impassioned singer of the happy time when all the world was waking into morn, and you still glistened on the tangled thorn and lingered on the branches of the vanished from your clime. Then maidens bearing parsley in their hands wound through the groves to where the goddess stands, and mariners might sail for unknown lands.
Oh, did it to us again. That was absolutely freaking lovely, and it needed 30 more seconds. Ah! Oh, and I was going to play that one again sometime soon. Oh, man. I'm going to have to work on that. Okay. To get my mind off of how disappointed I was by being cut off again, we got our own Cricket Cinema. Or Chicken Cinnamon. How's it going, man? Oh, and speaking of Milky, where's Millie at? I hope she's doing okay. You like to? Yeah, I liked it. It was not a zzz, at least I didn't think so. But just a little bit more. Just a little bit more time. Oh, that's all we want, right? A little bit more time. Well, time's a wasting at the moment with me jacking my jaws here. Let's get on with our final track for today. Sorta. Our final poet. Our final poem for today. A returning favorite, Theodore Rothke, The Sloth.
In moving slow, he has no peer. You ask him something in his ear, he thinks about it for a year. And then before he says a word, they're upside down, unlike a bird. He will assume that you have heard. A most exasperating lug, but should you call his manner smug, he'll sigh and give his branch a hug. Then off again to sleep he goes, still swaying gently by his toes. And you just know he knows, he knows. Then off again to sleep he goes, still swaying gently by his toes. And you just know he knows, you knows. A most exasperating love, but should you call his manner smug, he'll sigh and give his branch a hug. Then off again to sleep he goes, still swaying gently by his toes. And you just know he knows, he knows.
That was cool, actually. And pizza approves. Yay. That did stand out. A nice slow pace. All that stuff cut. But that's what this show has been most of this morning. Slow. Been sedate. Wouldn't call it sedate, because none of them have been snoozers or, well, near snoozers for pizza. But, you know, he's a hard man to please. No. Yes. This guy here too, and there's another one, AZ Crimson. He does a lot of stuff. You might want to get a hold of him. But yeah, you gotta, like I said, just play with it. You get a couple free tracks a day or whatever, you know, to work with it. And if you work with it as much as I do, then you gotta pay for it. Would one of I don't know how you might. Would one of you post his email in the chat right quick? Here. Oh, Lord, I hate... let's see here. Where are we at? Let me... Do I have you modded up, Cricket? Or just give me 1 minute. Let me... Remember, I have backwoods internet. Let me pull it up here. No, not that. No. Yeah, so I'll try to mod you up next time or whatever. All right, now let's get to this last track because I'm going to play a couple more afterwards, or one or two, so we can get the blood pumping and stuff for the rest of our Wednesday. Or who knows? Okay, you're a mod. Put your email address in there if you want to, Cricket. I don't know, because I can't tell who's mods here or not. That's the only thing, one of the few things that sucks about Restream. All right, here we go.
In move he has no peer. You ask him something in his ear. He thinks about it for a year, and then before he says a word, they're upside down, unlike a bird. He will assume that you have heard a most exasperating luck. But should you call his manner smug, he'll sigh and give his branch a hug. Then off again to sleep he goes, still swaying gently by his toes. And you just know he knows, he knows. A most exasperating luck. But should you call his manner smug, he'll sigh and give his branch a hug. Then off again to sleep he goes, still swaying gently by his toes. And you just know he knows, he knows. A moving, slow, he has no peer. You ask him something in his ear. He thinks about it for a year, and then before he says a word, they're upside down, unlike a bird.
Oh, what Pizza said. All right. We are not finished yet. We are definitely not finished yet because it's a Wednesday. It's a lovely day out. Let's play a couple to get the blood pumping. All right. Then we can just decide here. Let me get to this folder here. And then we go up here. Yeah, is it that one? Did I stick it in here? No, I didn't stick it in there. No, it's... Yeah. Don't pay no attention to me this morning. Yeah, right here. Right here. All right. There's this. Let's do this edited version of Sappho. One girl.
Like the sweet apple which reddens upon the topmost bough, atop on the topmost twig, which the pluckers forgot somehow. Forget it not, nay, but got it not, for none could get it till now. Like the wild hyacinth flower which on the hills is found, which the passing feet of the shepherds forever tear and woo, until the purple blossom is trodden in the ground. The sweet apple which reddens upon the topmost bough, atop on the topmost twig, which the pluckers forgot somehow. Forget it not, nay, but got it not, for none could get it till now. Like the wild hyacinth flower which on the hills is found, which the passing feet of the shepherds forever tear and wound, until the purple blossom is trodden in the ground.
All right. All right. Definitely, like the ticker says, keep smiling, everybody, and have an awesome day. We're going to end it on one short one, one of the newer ones, but it really does get the blood pumping. Right here.
This admirable gadget,
When it is wound on a string and spun with steady force, maintain fast any smooth surface, pleasantly humming as it goes. It is world not on a constant course, but still stands in unshivering integrity for quite some time, meaning nothing perhaps, but being something agreeable to watch. A silver nearly silence, gleaming a stillness out of speed, composing unity from spin, so that its hollow spaces seem solids of light, until it wobbles and begins to wind, and then with a nod lunge, eccentric and reckless, it skids away and drops dead into its own skeleton.
All right, my friends. And what Hal says here. Yes, Cricket. What little I've done with Sappho, I've really adore. Too bad a lot of stuff doesn't exist anymore. You know? That's why we do this. So that we will live on. That's at least in future generations, if we're lucky, they'll know we were alive. And on that note, y'all go out there and have a great day. Remember, Peach's thing is tonight. My thing is tonight. And hopefully, y'all guys will have a great morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you might be floating around in this time and space and all that jizzy, jazzy, jazz. Oh, me. I am on it this morning. All right, my friends. I will see y'all later. Room raid to Miss Sunrise Dawn. Okay. Tell her we said hi, and I'll be there momentarily, I guess. Have a good one. Bye.